Alright, this is a no BS guide on how to glow up this summer in 5 minutes. Full guide. These are all budget friendly. But we're going to be splitting this into 3 categories: skincare, diet, and clothing, or your style. Let's get right into it. So for skincare, very simple, generic, and here are my certifications, or how I can talk about this. So for AM, you want a cleanser and then simply a sunscreen moisturizer. For this, you want 30 FPS or above. Now for PM, or at night, you want to do a cleanser. The same cleanser is fine, a retinol, and then a moisturizer. For a retinol, just look it up. Very simple. Or a retinol that I use is right here. Now, some trustable brands. I use CeraVe, Cetaphil, and Neutrogena. These are all great, but for the individual products, you want to make sure you're not allergic to any of the ingredients. Now for diet, we're going to be cutting this into 2 things: cutting and bulking. Bulking is specifically building muscle, and cutting is losing fat. Now for cutting, you want to eat high protein, lean meat meals. Right? Now you want to count your calories using a scale in grams, and then you want to you don't need to count calories, but as a beginner you want to, just to get a general idea. Now third, you want to include all macronutrients. Protein should be prioritized though. Macronutrients are the carbs, fats, and proteins. And then protein is extremely satiating and you burn more calories digesting protein. Protein is basically a superpower when you are losing weight or even building it. Now, alongside watching your diet, follow a resistance training program to make sure that you are keeping the muscle mass on you, so that when you lose the fat, you're not just a stick, right? And you want to find your maintenance calories. You want to find your maintenance calories using an online generic calculator. And then once you find that number, you want to subtract 300 to 500 calories. And that is how you will burn fat. You want to be in a caloric deficit. Now for bulking, you want a clean bulk, right? There's a clean bulk and a dirty bulk, which I'm sure you've heard of. But clean bulk, you want to ideally eat whole foods, and occasionally processed is absolutely okay. You're a human, but for the most part, eat ideally whole foods. That is unprocessed foods, right? And then, but overall, just make sure you stay within your calorie surplus goal. Now, to find your maintenance calories, use an online calculator again, but this time, get that number and add 200 to 400 calories. That will be enough to build muscle, all while not getting so fat. That's the goal. Build muscle, but not gain so much fat. But you will gain more fat. It's hard to gain muscle. Harder to gain muscle. Now, since you are in a bulking phase, you want to go extra hard in the gym. You have calories in you, which is energy, which means you want to expend a lot. So go hard in the gym. This is where you want to build the muscle. Now, you want to make sure you get your protein in. This is extremely important for both cutting and bulking. You want to hit your protein for cutting to keep the muscle on you, to keep muscle synthesis, that's building muscle. And then protein is extremely helpful when bulking. You want to get ideally 0.8 to 1 grams per body weight. So if you are 180, you want to hit 180 grams per pound or body weight. Now for clothing, the essentials: for the bottom, you just want white jeans or pale light blue jeans, and linen light beige pants. Those are great. It's a great starter. It's kind of like old money. Now for those, relaxed fit is just fine. For essentials, for the top, you want a natural color tees, right? So those are your natural colors, your earthy colors. And then any overclothing, any hoodie, it could be any color, any size really. And some recommended brands: Uniqlo, Gap. Really most stores are great. Now, for recommended brands for hoodies and whatnot, H&M is great, Abercrombie, Nike. Again, most stores are very great. But then again, watch out when you are washing them, stuff like that. Wash it in cold waters. And boom, you got a full quick guide that will set you on your feet. This is all this has helped me. So yeah. And find a good barber. You need to find a good barber.